Hello hustlers! So in this video I'm going to briefly discuss the hiring process that you go through as a startup. So as a founder, you're going to see yourself interviewing a lot, hiring, and unfortunately sometimes firing people. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I've hired people, they weren't the right people, I let them go. So I've gotten this to some sort of an effective system. I'm not going to say I don't make mistakes anymore, but I do try to pre-screen people properly before I get them on the team. So what do I look for in people when hiring? The first thing I do look for is enthusiasm. If the person is enthusiastic about working for you and about what they're going to be doing for you in the company, no matter at what stage they are, if they're experienced or not, they will get better, and you will always find a spot for them, whether in the thing they started, they were initially designated to do, or something else that can branch out of it. Okay, so that's the number one thing I look for is enthusiasm. The second thing I look for is talent. Talent is super important. It's hard to find, so I try to surround myself with as many talented people as possible, even if they were not my hires or my employees at that point. So if I want to look for somebody 6 months down the road, I start looking today, and I do so by going after social media. So starting from LinkedIn is a great resource for me to kind of start talking to people. Other places like Dribble or Behance if I'm looking for design talent, and such areas on the net where you can start kind of looking at people's credentials, the things they've done, have conversations with them, invite them for coffee, Skype call, whatever that may be. So that's the second thing I look for. Also personalities, I look for 8 and 9, nothing below type personalities. I don't want an average person on my team. I want somebody who will be an awesome person. They could integrate very well with the team. They like to isolate themselves, but with their isolation, they're an 8 or a 9 person. Okay, that's extremely important. Hiring somebody who will integrate well, and they're an 8 or 9, nothing below. You don't want average people on your team. And if you're hiring somebody average because you're pressed with time, make sure that you push them enough to move forward. The fourth thing I look for when hiring somebody is the opportunity that they're going to get into and how they can grow with it. So if somebody is being offered 100K a year working for a startup or a company that's gonna tell them to design WordPress websites for the rest of their 5 miserable years, then it's great. But if you come in and you're offering 70K and you're telling them, listen, you have an opportunity here to create something great. You can spread your wings, you can excel your talent, you can be in an environment where you're gonna grow as a startup, exciting stuff. Maybe 2-3 years down the road, you're gonna be making much more than 100K. Most people will actually take that opportunity. Not the greedy ones. The people who understand the opportunity are the people you need on your team. So make them understand, you have to be enthusiastic yourself and blow up the idea. You're creating the best thing ever. They'll be part of creating the best thing ever. If they don't want to be part of this, they're looking for an extra buck, then these are not the right people that you want to have on your team. So who to fire? How do you know that it's time to fire somebody? Firing is the most, I can't tell you, it's time consuming because you invest in time and resources in the person. Second, emotionally it drains you. You never want to hire somebody and say, listen, I gotta let you go. And also from a logistical perspective, you're gonna have some sort of a void that you need to fill, and most of the time immediately. So the first thing is, when I feel somebody's decline enthusiasm, they're not enthusiastic about doing something, or they're showing signs of they're not contributing enough, that means this person is on the road to being let go. Now sometimes people have issues, and you gotta understand, you give them some time, you speak to them, you understand their issues with the problem. But if this is not an ongoing issue, it's probably time to think about reevaluating that person. If they're starting giving a lot of excuses, I'm not showing up on time, I'm not delivering on time, that's definitely a sign that this person is ready to let go. Person who is causing a lot of trouble within the team, either, talking behind somebody's back, or forming some sort of a gang, being negative, spreading negative energy on the team. These are the people that you have to think immediately about letting go. It's not even about an evaluation thing at this time. And of course, if somebody is scouting for other opportunities and you found that out, then maybe it's a good thing to have a conversation, see why they're doing so, and start thinking about how you're going to let that person out of the team. And this is a quick segment on how the hiring and firing process happened within my ecosystem.